Hutunta utak simalat migama ublat sa Nunavut mil ublum tikit lubutan Nunavut na 19 Nunavut iluani ngitok tan kowenak takto te waktu luarangapta ublum tikit lubu 1197 kawi hakta humayo Nunavut na 19 kanya mangata mamana mo huli tikit lubu 128 utak kaya buta ko humi mangata tana Ane aktairi cici kuda tuabang naktu tinga takligar tahunnya hanat tali magonu takligar tahun nela mayu June 25 mo tikid lugo tu hak takamata kuat initu having mi qabduna nunani itut humugayo tamata ilangi go ta kwa malik tagara tabut adjiging mata tahunani okawa tungata kwa Pekoyat malik tau gali taikani inutu hibing mi qabduna nunani adjigi luk tatu takwa Nunavut mu ite waktu nun ublu 14 taikani inutu hibing mi hinik tau mi ga khaktu antakwa pekoyat takwa taikani luk tanu adjigi luk tatu kitu galwa mangata taikani adjigi luk tatu malik tau ga khaktu tatu takwa kitu luk tanu tana Nunavut mite waktu nu tana pimmareung man malik tau cara rakli ta ko blu 14 khawi hak tau luti inutu luti ta kan hini tau mi tana pekoya gap tigo tana malik tau gelik amatana maling na ta buhuli amatana nuwan na 19 mun ba toranga itu wala ki hani khuwe hulla tu tana qapig atagutsa ublumi ublumi ko 100 ngong na laman tana inuto kaulas ni 100 ukiyo tamani lang to kowe katigit sa pagit ublugit lugo ublut sa kang na putit takay kitsalutit tuhan na kapitan na 100 ukiyo kalaman ikayok tautali tay kowe katigit yabutan na 100 bun tikit yu manli tayo mawak ako kanawa kanak tumataan na atagot siya mo kaping mo ubdokat siya na putit amihong hindi ko yata na 100 mo tikita o man ubdokat siya mat na uyiti. Good morning. There is still no confirmed or probable case of COVID-19 in Nunavut. To date, the total number of people under investigation is 1,197. 128 people are still currently under investigation. Nunavut's public health emergency has been extended for additional 2 weeks until June 25, 2020. I have received some messages about inconsistencies in some of the isolation hubs. We looked into this, and I want to assure Nunavut that anyone who does not follow the rules that apply to everyone coming into Nunavut must restart isolation and spend another 14 days in the hub. We have taken isolation and entry into Nunavut very seriously since the beginning of this pandemic 3 months ago. This measure is helping to keep COVID-19 out of Nunavut. There will be absolutely no double standards, no difference in treatment between isolation guests, and no exceptions. And although this is not COVID related, I want to say a very special happy birthday to Kapik Atagutsia, who turns 100 in Arctic Bay today. She has been such an inspiration to so many, and we are honored by her wisdom and teachings. Happy birthday, Kapik, and thank you for everything. This is your day. Enjoy it, and people, go say happy birthday to her. Thank you.
Members will be for National News. The government of Nunavut, of course, as you know, came back to work on Monday. Employees came back in. Now, prior to that, there were employees who had to come to work because they were essential, and other ones who got to go home or work from home and still receive the same amount of pay. Your government consistently pays out bonuses for performance to assistant deputy ministers and deputy ministers annually, significant bonuses. I'm wondering, has there been any thought into a bonus for the employees who ended up working while many of their colleagues got to work from home?
Kent Driscoll APTN kunnik sibulat ti Savikataaq Nunavut makkungi kanayak tingi utilaw nga tanagad jami kanayak biminut takwa kanayak hatalaw tugalawan li ilangin ang ikas maluti kamalupim makiyun kanayali kanayak hatalaw nga ta takwa lo government kwakilingin na hatang nga tay kayo siya ni kakaningal gukinaw jatsangi ta minister ituglingin nut ikayok tingin nulo minister itugling itay sumayo hak sumabata ko kanay nalawak to kakaningal gukinaw yakta titaw kayak ningin.
Thank you. The bonus system for the upper management is there. There's right now there's no, to the best of my understanding, there's no current system for unionize. But I am very thankful, and I know that some of these employees did have to go to work because they are considered essential services, and all that is being looked at. But currently we are not looking into bonuses. But I can assure you that we do appreciate the workers that have been coming into work and working very hard, and that's all I'll say to that for now. Takwa government kutsinakhan inu toanga yunutana taimo ludi kinaktakan ni hokli takwa pilagayata ubulu pilagachata takwali hanayi ta atchina khawming tay katuja katigi union meter litakwa khawi mayak kutakwa akitaktaw kan ni huitut pilagayata kakanian kihani aga tamakina ilung anging libal le hoktugaloi.
You mentioned appreciation. Traditionally, the way a government shows appreciation for its employees is with money. It's the way you're showing your appreciation for the assistant deputy ministers and deputy ministers. I'm wondering why haven't you considered bonuses for those employees?
Khujali gutti khasu matakina yani akili gutti khasu ti minister ituglingin no dikayok tingin nidle sumaliki ata kunu ngakana na law nunu tay ma khujali usiani akili jani lasse.
Thank you. In the union system, the union workers have incremental increases every year, and with upper management, there's no system in place, and doing through bonuses and merits is one way that we compensate the upper management in terms of their annual increases. Takwa union mo pilagay akago ta makina ilyong takwa angirotiging maliklugi kinaw yung angiglera homata takwa li government ko na kutsi kuno pilagay no takwa minister tug dakalung akago ta takwa kinaw ilyong hun huitumat angigliw huitumat takwa kinaw ilyong kakanya kinaw tana litek nga toangin na kawyo.
Dr. Patterson, please. Dr. Patterson, it's been a pretty confusing week for trying to find out what's going on as far as our neighbors in the NWT with people coming and going and where exactly they're standing with people entering during the COVID-19 restrictions. I'm wondering if their discussions this week have had any impact on the idea of forming an NWT Nunavut bubble.
Luta Patterson nalo naksima matabani pinasa ako si ilo anita kanino na tsermi kano matutaw niya kalo mga taw balon niya lakat biugun nam niya mga ta nuwadyo na pidyo tigil lugo isulit tabi hang at taman na kano ilang alakaw katigin siman nirsino.
Thanks. Obviously we're following this pretty closely as well. We're still interested in it, but we want to understand exactly what's going to happen and how this will impact the potential risks before we make a firm decision one way or another.
Taman na kuyan na may kaya sakpan lias magasawangin naktavot sulitay may kuyiga jakalwak te guno nat sermon nuna vumeuloaw lakatigi hatakon na hologi kasi ani kaya sa lawlo takano isumaliw te hamna mga tay sakbiw hatakon nam na mga tatay ma kaya lawlo ta kaya sa lawlo ta ulo kaya nak ningin isumaliw tigi gayak tabo.
And Koyunmi for the interpretation. One last one for Dr. Patterson. Heard a very interesting story this morning talking about caution fatigue. Basically, the idea that when a society like ours is on alert for something for so long, eventually you start slipping, and due to fatigue at having to be at alert all the time. Is there a danger of that happening here in Nunavut, where we start to let our guard down for COVID-19 due to the length of time we've been dealing with?
Tanaking ulapapek kutinga taman na tusama ng tema ujak sulo akat tanak mo tahanak tukasunguning anik taman na ilakaw is ujak suin nakakasimagat ako ni ulak to tayo malul ujak suin naklo ni ako ni ismalon na ko ni palyasong matay maulo ka anak tumipa taman na Nunavut ismalong nilwa palyalang ningindi.
Yeah, I think there is. I think it's happening for many people, and there's a number of reasons for that. Fatigue is one of them, and we know that there's only a certain period of time that most people will strictly wear masks, and then those habits start to slip. So, yeah, yes, it does happen.
Tayo may no taman na takagutaw lang ni ano pidyo tawlo ni adjuging ito ni pidyo takakso ni surlo akayot sinik kuro balo surlo kinam matawa si may nahatareli tayo maakayot silutik taman na inalo na tayo si mayot tayo malit palagon ni sung matakayot si mo.
Jackie McKay, CBC News. Whoever is best to answer this, I'll let you decide. But and going back to the NWT and the rolling back of their travel restrictions, it's my understanding that their travel restrictions were essentially the same as ours, that residents and essential workers were the only people they were allowing in. They're rolling back on that now, saying that it infringes on mobility rights under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Are our current travel restrictions also infringing on our charter rights?
Nunat siya muaw lahat ako nang nipidyo tigil lugo tayo matchay na isulit ang behatit sila ang atasulo pimario yun ilo kinayak tinisok tit sigun lahat dalaw sutikis siya ni tako alo akit si balalang atatamak kuning alo kaso si balalang mo piyon na tingin ni kanatamitaman na siya kumitsin niyo pa piyon na titin ni tayo mamalit tayo kasi mayati pilugi.
Thanks. There's no doubt that this is a barrier to travel, that this is a lot to expect of people. The law that's involved, the Declaration of Emergency and the Public Health Act, they stipulate that we have to do only what is needed to prevent or delay or slow the spread of the communicable disease, in this case COVID-19. The difficulty or the reason we've gone for these more stringent measures is because the impact of COVID-19 arriving in remote communities in Nunavut is much greater than it is for most other communities across Canada. And that greater impact requires greater care and, unfortunately, greater restrictions at this time. Sorry, Uli.
Taman na nalo nang taman na be ako tiyo maaw lahat ako nang nagmutay ma niriyo gaya hakatay nang katitin ni tayo maligya hakatitso tigo tamak kuninga ma peko yak tahakalwak tilogo tamak ko peko yak tigo solo nalo na sigo tao si mayok ko to aver naktulere ng mon anahan nang itulere ng mon tayo makanuili ako takakam nakat nukak tao si mahulugo balusok kay lepalak tao si mahulugo nuvadyo nak 19 sa magun nang ninga tayo may mali sang iyo ni akit si mayugo malit tao galin na tuwi naksa gaya nga tamani no na bumi tamani ka na tami asing hindi piluwak tumi yung asit to ni nunalin ni Mickey Utah yun ni tayo ma at tuwi na hatum makalo gaya nga tamani tayo may mat udyaksot sa si mayong mario yugo tamalo balik tayo kay gaya si mayugo sang iyo ni.
I think we can all appreciate the unique situation that Nunavut is in and wanting to protect everybody in the territory from COVID. But does the current travel restrictions infringe on mobility rights under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms?
Ito kasi magalawak to taman na Nunavut yung nga no tamakkualo aw la khatak titsitele mani Nunavut sila tano tamaloiset Nunavut lo ano taman na sa kumitsini ba kana tamipi yun na titinig tunga virtuatigo.
The opinion of our lawyers is that the infringement meets that threshold of acceptable under the emergency declaration.
Tay mais masimayo tay ko maligali reje vote kayo khatak to vatin ni taman na kanuingin ni nga nitan nakiklingan ni siya to tay ma governak to le ko nalo na yo tiyo simayo tigo tay ma pe khoyak tigo tay may liok titsigum nakatta.
Thank you. Correct me on my understanding if this is wrong, but for commercial flights coming into Nunavut, you need permission from yourself or your office that you've gone through an isolation hub or you're an essential worker. But commercial flights aren't the only flights that come into Nunavut. Other businesses have their own planes that bring in materials and that sort of thing.
Can you a question? I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, sorry. Would you like me to
Just
repeat?
get to the question.
Okay, so for non-commercial flights coming into Nunavut, how are you ensuring that people who haven't isolated are getting on those flights?
Takwa hangata yo ko tiki khatak to no mo ipedjo tigil lugi tamakko tiki khatak to hanu nanu la taw sima ba tay ma hawi sak taw sa magalo mga ta sa matitsit tay la kullugi.
Those restrictions, the need for the authorization letter, they apply however somebody is entering Nunavut, whether it's on a sched flight, whether it's on a charter flight, by boat or by land. And so we've been in contact with all of the airline companies that bring charters in and informed them all of these requirements.
Ita ko sulit tabi titaw yo ima titik khatara kasu ang taw yo minalo na tiyo yo miki ang taw si mayo na tikigon nakto ta ko alo hanga tayo li piling khatigit siya khatak tawut init saliak taw si mayo kut ubalo ni hanga tatitaw yo kut umiak kut nunakullo ni tikilang ayo tamaw ang taw si magyali.
To the best of your knowledge, has anybody been able to get into the territory through private planes?
To sa mabita mga namine hanga tayo kala mitigo tikit to sa mabata mga ano na mo.
In going through our office, yes. We had heard of 2 cases early on of companies bringing charters in, and we worked with them to educate them about the restrictions and how to apply properly so we can track everything and keep it above board.
To sa mayo ta mga tikit to sa mayo namine riyaw yo tigo hanga tayo kala tigo hanga tatitaw yo tigo makko ni to sa mayo go company yo tayo mga tikit sa hanga tayo net hanga taktitaw sa mayo ni to sa matit siya hatak tayo ano ito ni maligya kang mga tamalo kayo saktaw sa to tayo mga sa matit si tayo kullugi.
Were those people then asked to leave the territory?
Awla kaya haktitaw sa mabata ko tikit to mini.
In one case, it had stopped already, and in the other case, we required a period of isolation before they could do anything in the territory.
Tayo na ay pa nukakti tayo kaya halawak to kamalo ay pa kayo sa mayo botan na anit tayo ligya hakti tayo sa malikay na lawak to tikit to mini.
Thank you. One last question. So for people trying to go through the isolation hubs that come up, we've heard of people not being able to get in because they're full. Can you tell us about the wait list and if construction workers have impacted residents' ability to come up?
Takwa inuto ko vinni titaw hatak to yung mi vinni tamang ano na mo te kaswa to sang naksimama ini karuni hatam ningin no takwa lo takhiyo to yung mi vin mo ko mayo pidyo te tamak ko no nga iluliyok tino sanagak to no pidyo te gilugo.
It's a combination of things. There was a sudden increase in demand, partly from construction workers, partly from other travelers showing up unexpectedly, and partly because at least one of the hotels rented some rooms out to a number of people who are not coming to Nunavut. And so we're working with them to ensure that moving forward, we've always got some backup space to limit the chance of that happening, especially as we expect travel to increase in the next couple of months.
Ja jigin ito ni pidyo te kahatak to tako ilagi yaw luti tamakko illuli ti sanagi tok tu Nunavut muasing itamakko Nunavut mutiki gaso akila ngatan na tuyo mevit initaktit si hatalir ng illo kusingin ni tamaw nga Nunavut mo gaso ang ito ni teme mapila hatigit sa tavoy ma inihat siya hatakon na hulugi tamaw nga Nunavut mo utik palya gumayon no pilo akto min nalunang nito amis tong palya na ang tao yak tamaw nga Nunavut mo tiki gumayon.
Megan Dooling, Nunatsiaq News. I'm wondering, we're nearing the second week since more things have opened up, and you said it's a phased approach, you're assessing. I'm wondering if you could describe a little bit what that looks like, how you're assessing whether or not these measures are okay, how you're monitoring it, what you're looking for.
Megan Dooling, Nunatsiaq News kunita na pinasako si Mako si malangat itamakwa kasya walya si maningi matuyak titari walya nirlo. Tay mapi walya kutan niya ang nakakatayo gabigi kaya sakpalya lugi kanuingin mga taman na kanuilik ka.
The main thing is whether or not there's COVID-19 in territory, and if our investigations or people under investigation, if that number has changed dramatically. But the biggest factor is whether or not there's any COVID in the territory.
Tana pilangon na patamani kaya sa palya si mayabuno kadyan na 19 hangi kalwa mga na builo ani kaya sa palya hatak tigo tamakwasid sa palya ang kalwa mga tatana pidyot tito ang nakpango yun no kadyan nakto haktit sit daily manino na bumo.
Are you doing anything different, like going to the retail spaces that are open or going to the offices that now have people working at it to make sure that they're following the rules? Aside from looking for more cases of COVID, are you doing anything else now?
Adjem ito ni man napili ka halak kasi tamakwalo ni ubakbe matuyo nga naksa kataon naksitillugi alla bilo matuyo pala tillugi kaya sa reaktor katak ko malit siya kalo ang mga tamalit taw galin niya siya gu tamakkuning kamavalle kaya samnong.
There is some of that happening, but it's not all through my office. Workers' Safety and Compensation Commission has jurisdiction over workplaces that my office doesn't, so it could be either one or both depending on the circumstances.
Tamakko ilang agut tayo pilira ng valle katak to tat sumalabing at kamaging mau kasi ni tay ko ikanayak tikkuno nalyo kumali ri ko anak to hamne khataman na pilarat sa kimau ta kuno kaya sa hatak to tay mamalit sa kalo mga tay kanayak biyo.
Right now, the biggest amount of that work that's being done is revolves around retailers and other organizations contacting us for assistance and recommendations.
Mana yuda ko pilawang piyat sa hamnak pango katak to solo niwek binne kanayak binilo apere katang ata hanilo ka mga ata tamatuminga sa pujisiman na mo sa marchit mo.
So based on the assessments that you're doing, the next part of the plan is for gyms and pools to open for individual workouts only. Can you tell me if that is still the plan to go ahead on Monday and what that will look like?
Taman na ilakaw isak palyangin nam na kabiyo tayo makingulak may kanong pangmas malaki tamakko luping wabi matuyot daw balyalak nang inni ko balo ilin niya bi nagadyaw may kano tayo kano ilang nga taman na.
Yeah, the plan is for that to go ahead. For gyms, the requirements are to maintain 2 meters of separation between individuals while they work out, to always have available cleaning supplies to ensure or to maximize the chance that weights and stations are cleaned between use, and no group sessions or classes for now. And we're going ahead with that right now. We plan to go ahead with that come Monday.
When?
Sorry?
Right now or?
Or yeah, as of today, we're still, that plan is still in effect.
Okay. Parnasi mayo tama tuminga tama ko pingwa bait matuyo nalalang nga tayo lai khayle sa bait maligya hakta mini malito ako tik solo ungasin nilimit humidos mi kanigilo at tayo hatak lutik khayle saktin lugit tamak ko lo salomak sa igutin atwin na hat siya lutik tamak ko solo khayle sa kuting salomak saktaw gangin na hulugit kasi ani man nakating ngayon ni khayle sa katigit ni man na tayo may gahangit ko.
And the Yukon is planning to, I mean, they've announced that schools are going to be back in session in September. I know, like you spoke about how you get best practices from other jurisdictions. I'm wondering if when a decision like that is made in that territory, if it affects your decision making around schools opening and where we are around with that right now with September. Like, are you talking about opening schools at this point?
Yukon milita ko nalo na sa simalang nga tayo lid na acting go tila nga tagsya ni September lekat o kakatak si magabi pili reduce sa anak pa ni ato hatta ka biasingin ni kanata mi awit to si maview yun ni atok tao hatak to ni taman nato ni kakatak ka ila to ni kalanga basulo ilid na akbi matoy lang mga pigi September lekat.
If we're in the situation we're in right now, yes, the schools would be open, and the Department of Education is drafting a number of contingency plans for ways that we can fine-tune the response to COVID-19 should it be in territory at any point during the school year next year.
Tayo may linga pa man na yung sukat si mga ipailin niya bi matuyok tayo kaya kaming niriunak to ilin niya nilirigik ko tayo ma pamnot yakak malayayot tayo ma nalo na yung lupi tayo ma nuvadyaw nak to katalag na kan ilin niya na tilugo kano iliw kayang mga ta.
My next question is for Minister Hickes, please.
Good timing, Fred.
I'm just wondering, I mean, I know it took a long time for you to announce more money for airlines, and that happened on Monday, and I know it's good till the end of June, which is just 3 weeks away. What are your plans for airlines for July on and after that?
Pinasa ako si pinasutuin na ulang may matatay malakano pang mas mabisi July ni.
And I really appreciate the question, Megan. I think it's an important discussion topic of, we know COVID-19 is not going to be ending at the end of this month. So we know that we're going to have to continue to work and to support our airline industry. They are our highway. We do not have any other links to the rest of Canada or the rest of the world. That being said, I think the first phase, as I talked about the other day, on the recommendation of Transport Canada to just continue to go along with our historical travel amounts, and that for the first phase, that did its job.
Oh shoot. Asing indulo kaso behang nada kanata minunak jamulo taman na sibulak pangula okto nalo na tawan leani nga hanok taman nato te hamna mga ikayok taw kunang ningindo hangata yuleriko.
And with the second phase, with the analysis of the financial impact and the real need, versus the accountability side of things, the second phase was a deeper dive into the analysis and to come up with a substantiated number. So that work being done is going to help us move forward. As restrictions start easing, as more travel does occur, I'm still going to take this opportunity to strongly recommend that non-essential travel south not be done. But as travel does increase, as more and more seats are being used, we're going to continue to analyze the impact of, right now, the seats that we're purchasing, we're using. where available, medical travel or any duty travel. At
Okay.
Sorry.
Itana tulliani taima kaisaqta vallani alqmiyuqanu attuina harnia manga taima isumat saksiugut kharea hagatta pijarea khallaqittattinni kammalu saataksaaugut kharea harnermik ammalu naluna ye vallalu dakhatsillattaani Iqaluit kharea harmanga ta sivumugiagut kharunnarlu ta taakwa hangata yuuliri pillugit tamakkualo khasuja vallan tillugi malittaugi aliit aullahattakannerunnarsi tillugit ila khagaluartunga suli pimmariu ngittuni pijjuti kharluti khallunaanu khattaquyingikkaluartugu suli kiseani matuyapallaale khatamakku atuinau kannakhattalaangatan itsivautai ila hangatayumi initsait suulu atuqattartavu tamakkununga aannearbiliartunut ammalu iqqanayaaminu aullaqeelinnu tamakku atuqtau khattarunnalaartu.
So as people are purchasing seats, we're going to have to continue to monitor that line of balance of what supports that they will need from the government standpoint to what the market is providing them already. So this is going to be a continual evaluation.
Tamanna kauyasaqtau valliaginnaniartu tamakku suulu initsaliurnarsaaqattarnaa tillugiit hangatayuutkut matuyerpallaaleqtillugu qasujauvalliatillugu qanutigi kayureaqarmangaatigu taima makimatsiarunnarningi pillugi kauyasarpallaanginnarniartavu.
Rajni Sharma, Nunavut News. I have a question for Dr. Patterson. Dr. Patterson, I was just wondering, how many medical travelers have entered the territory without self-isolating from Yellowknife?
Rajni Sharma, Nunavut News, kunnik luta Patterson khatsiusima vaannearbileartuut tamaungatikisimayut tuyumivimmilauratik Yellowknife miingaarsimayu.
I honestly don't know what the number is at this point.
Qauyamangittunga khatsillattaangummangaa tamaanna.
Just another question. Last week, on Monday actually, I asked a question about what kind of requirements are needed to form this travel bubble between Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. And you mentioned that no territory should have COVID-19. Is there anything else you're looking at when you're working this out?
Pilasaarusiulaortumila naggadjaami tamakku uhaus apersulaurattakisuni pitahareaqarmangaa taakkua nunatsiaamiu nunavummiullu aullaqatigi qattarunnarsiqullugi ilaagiyaulluuni novadjuarnaq 19 hareaqanginninganik kisukkannini taana pitahareaqaqqa.
Yeah, the other part of it is that there's a way to ensure that that it doesn't create a loophole where people can, go into that territory and then come into Nunavut and use it as a means to bypass the isolation requirements.
Taana tailagimmiyangan alunaarsisamagiaqarnivu tamakku silaiqiyau gutauteile qattarunnaaqulluta suulu nunatsiamiingaangittunu tamaunga nunavummuortuqarasuarneqqat inutu ila tuyummivimmikainariaqartuminiugaluarluti qallunaani tamanna nalunaersimagasuartavut silaiqinniutau vallialeqqugannaakku.
Ken Driscoll, EPTN National News. Dr. Patterson, in one of your earlier answers when we were talking about schools, you had mentioned, and I don't have the exact quote, so I don't want to unfairly paraphrase you, correct me if I'm wrong, that the idea was there would have to be a positive case of COVID here in the territory to close schools in September. I'm wondering, is that the bar we're looking at? Or would it be like earlier when the schools were closed as a precautionary measure?
Ken Driscoll, APTN kunnik kiuqattaqaugaviilinnaarbi pijjutigillugitaan tampatuinnarealiugalua kisiani nuvadjuarnartuqalerneqqatamaani nunavummi matujaugajartu Septembermi ubbalu sivungagut nuvadjuarnartuqarneqqat matujaugajartu.
We're we're in very different circumstances today than we were back in early March. There is some diagnostic capacity in territory and much greater capacity across the country. We know a lot more about COVID-19 than we did even a few months ago, so it's not very hard to compare the circumstances. Right now, if there was a case of COVID-19 in territory with what we've got, if that were to happen, say in October and the schools were open, we would close the schools in that community, but more than likely allow other schools to stay open. So the bottom line is, sorry, I'll let Uli translate that and I'll finish the answer.
Adio etumitu maarulle taman napigalos mamani march ngutillugu sulu khawya sagutitsani atud nakhatsiam naksaulak sutatamani nunavummi kanatamilo ammalu nawadjuana 19 mitsanu khawya ma yaham naksaulak sutatay mangani kisani adjigingin nalunaktok sulu mana nawadjuana 19 ham nakhanunavummi September mi matuyaw gayak tutay kani nunalingani Nuvadjoanak tutalimi kasi ani asing ilin na abi matuinga gayak ta asing ini no nalinni taman na video tigillo.
With all of that, I think we're in a much better position to fine-tune our response so that we're doing what's needed to minimize the impact of COVID-19, but also minimize the harmful impacts of school closures and other public health measures along those lines.
Tamakwa video tigillugit iman nakaw na naksamilak tugo kamagunna naksauga yaksugligat na nuvadjoanak 19 haksikalatan ni kat kasi ani tamakwa tayo sa magigahang migat tiguilid na kayahang ningit tayo may matako si Vuluw Jawin na nato an na ham nangit tulirin na mutuka nga yamalit taw kakayahang sumayam.